Hello everybody. I have been away for a little while, but I am going to do some viewer suggested Headrush rigs. And here is the little setup tonight. If you can see that. So I'm using my GIGBOARD over here with a QUILTER 101 mini reverb. I wanted to do a slightly different setup tonight. Because I've been seeing a few guys asking about using FR speakers or using actual amplifiers. And we're still not going to be able to see the screen that well, but we're just going to go with the flow here. So I'm going to start off by kind of talking about this setup, and then I can get into some different rigs. Let me go to our set list here. Viewer suggested rig, we got Barracuda, and so on. So, what's up, guys? If you're just coming in, go ahead and say hi so I can see who's here, and we can start off with the questions. I will be using my Reverend Warhawk, and I'm getting another Reverend in the mail pretty soon, so I just ordered a new guitar, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. So I'm excited about these Reverends here. What's up, Rodney? So what I'm doing is I'm using the effects return of the QUILTER, and then this is acting as a power amp, and then the Headrush GIGBOARD is just going out of the regular, line out, and then so what's happening is the amplifier, or pretty much this whole rig, is going into the effects return of the speaker or of the amp. And I got a few different options here. I can either bypass the cab, or I can leave the cab in there. But let's just see how it sounds so far. Alright, so this is our Barracuda rig that we made about a month ago. So oh, sorry. Alright, so that's pretty fun. And let's see what happens if I bypass the cab here. Alright, not too bad. Let's bypass this flanger. Alright, let's turn on the green JOC. Alright, so the QUILTER head is actually plugged into the 2x12 cab. This is the QUILTER BLOCKDOCK 10-inch speaker, but I'm bypassing the speaker in this for now and going through a 2x12 cab with a greenback and a vintage 30. You can't get much more classic than that. So alright, let's turn the cab back on, see what that sounds like. Alright, so actually doesn't sound bad at all. Actually might prefer that to the unbypassed version. So all that's happening here is you're either going to get your tone from the speaker, or you're going to color it a little bit more by having an actual cab in there. So let's pull that back in. Alright, that's not bad at all. I'm checking the comments here real fast. Maybe I will. Okay. Puerto Rico, what's up, man? Miguel. Alright, so I'm going to start off by, let's just go through some of these rigs. So we got under the bridge. So we got Alright, that sounds good. Let's bypass the cab on that one. Alright, so that's the natural speaker sound. And then here's the cab back in with the colored, with the additional speaker sound. So yeah, I actually don't mind that at all. It's not too bad. We can turn on some vibrato. Alright, it's not bad. And then lightning crashes. We got let's do 4 doctors. I can't remember what key this is in, but let's do a key of C. So alright, that one sounds pretty good. Let's do Malcolm and Angus. So this was a split rig that we did. So I'm kind of doing a review of the rigs we've done so far. Alright. Black Hole Sun. So this had a cool rotary speaker. And then for the heavy stuff, we had the Black Op. Let's take the speaker out of this one, see what happens. Put it in drop D. Okay, so here we go. I actually don't remember how I played the song, so sorry. There is a wall pedal in here, and I have Alright, so I am using the Mission Engineering Arrow, which is the SPHR. So this has a, I want to say it's a 25K pot versus a 10K pot. So this is specifically made for the Headrush products. You can see it's got a little rolled off heel edge right here. And there's a place in here where you can actually tighten it to where it's not as loose. Right now it's pretty loose. But I couldn't find the tool that I needed to adjust that. So, but for right now it works really good. You can actually use this with a toe as well. Because you have the, you got 2 outputs right here. I guess you could have a 3rd output for different models. Or different situations. You could even have it powered if you wanted it to. So I'm sure they just make one generic chassis and then they can use it for multiple different scenarios. But for now, this is the 20K pot. 25K pot, SPHR for Headrush. So there you go. So that's what I'm using to control the wall pedal here. And there's another guy asking about wall pedals on how to control it. So, and for now, I'm going to tune for a second. I'll show you how the tuner works, which actually works pretty good. Let's put it back in standard. I'm not going to do any drop D stuff tonight. No drop D stuff, please. All right, I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions coming in. So you might not want me to make any rigs for you. I mean, I don't know. I might just have to come up with my own. All right, here we go. This is viewer suggested Headrush rig, so just keep that in mind. All right, so what you gotta do, you gotta go to the range. You can see that you can adjust the range here. So let's roll off some of that low end. And if you want to top off some of that high end, you can. Maybe like around 90% or so. Okay, let's roll it down a little bit more. You can see that there's an A and a B, so if you wanted this to be on the B, you can do that as well. That's perfectly fine. Alright, I actually like that. We're going to keep it, and let's put the cab back in. Okay, so you can see that the Black Op provides enough gain even with using a 64 black Vibrolux amplifier. Alright, so let's go to Queen Stereo. Alright, this one's pretty loud. Let's put the volume on the front end. Alright, let's check the output. It's pretty loud. Let's bring it down a little bit. And we can look at the volume pedal here. Okay, this might not be connected to the volume pedal. Let's see what it's doing. A, B. It might be connected to the white boost. I'm not sure. It's not that one. Alright, it was connected to the graphic EQ here, so let's unconnect that. Because we don't want the graphic EQ. Alright. Unassign. Let's put it back on B. Here's the volume. We'll do the range. Let's make it 50%, like our friend Tracy Guns. Let's actually do 60%. Should be fine. So here's... I think that's working right. Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry. Totally did that wrong. So we're going to do hardware assign. This is still going to be the full range. But now we're going to go minimum volume and turn the minimum volume to 60%. How about that? it's going to work good. So now the volume, with the hill all the way down, and we're going to put this on, the linear is going to be off. Back on. Alright. So in order for this to work properly, you have to have the linear turned off. So that way the taper is correct. Alright, so now that we got the volume pedal going, let's crank up these amplifiers, which are already, they're already cranked. They are already cranked. So let's see why they're not getting very much gain here. I don't know. And let's check out the graph. Oh, okay. So the gain on the graphic EQ is down. Let's turn that back up. There we go. We found it. Let's turn the gain up on this. Alright, now let's turn the, take this rig volume here. Alright, sorry about that. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. We did Uncle Tom's Cabin last time. Money for Nothing. Let's do this with the little wah pedal. Oh shit, there's not a wah in there. So that has the graphic EQ. Alright, Scorpions Chorus. Alright, I'm checking the comments. Santana rigs. Okay, there we go. We're getting some comments in there. Sorry about that. Are you changing the global settings? Well, with the GIGBOARD, there are global settings, but there's not an alternate output source. So I'm not able to do that. How about a rig for a sound like Chicago's make me smile? Okay, that's a good idea, yeah. $79.80. Scorpion Judas Priest. See, that's my downfall. I don't know tons of like Judas Priest stuff, but we did the Scorpions last time, so we're on the chorus right now. And I'll go to the global settings and show you. So we got audio configuration, we got line and an amp level. I have it on line level. We can have it on amp real fast and show you what that looks like. So it's just basically just softer. There's assignments. There's global EQ right here. But there's no alternative output source for this thing. So, because you don't have an XLR on the back, you just have 1/4 inch. So there's really no way to get an alternative output source when you only have one output. There's nothing to alternate from. So, so if you know you're using a GIGBOARD, you can make two of every set list and have one set list be everything with a cab, and then the other set list be everything without a cab. And that's the way that you could work around that one. Let's go to the Scorpion verse. So this is the there's someone like no one like you. So I'm going to bypass the cab. You can see what that sounds like. Alright, let's go to a different view. And let's go to the set list view. Or we're going to say, we're going to get to our viewer suggested Headrush rigs here, which is V, so it's at the end. All right, there we go. So now I can bank back and forth. I can change presets. Other rig. Alright, so that's cool. I can hold it down to go to the previous bank, and there's some more rigs there. Here's Heat of the Moment. Here's Every Breath You Take. Softer. It's a little softer. To go to the amp and check out the amp. Let's turn on the amp more. All right, cool. I'm done with all those. Let's go to a new rig. So since we're already in the set list, when we create a new rig, that new rig is also going to be added to the set list automatically. So let me go back to my comments here and let me see what we got. Oh, okay, wasn't sure I had the, yeah, you have the pedal board. So yeah, if you just go to alternate output source and choose, if you have a cab in there, if you choose the cab input and have that last in your chain, that will bypass the cab and then include all the rest of the rig in there. So that's how you would do that. I have plenty of videos on that. All right, Santana rigs. We already have a Black Magic Woman. Let's go ahead and go to, let's do a Mesa Boogie. Let's do a tread plate. Let's do a tread raw. See what happens there. I'm gonna take out the cab for now. I might add in, let's add in my vintage 30 cab with the 57 on it. Alright, I don't like it through the amplifier there. Alright, so let's crank the master volume all the way up. Let's give it some mids. Alright, the gain is on 50%. I might turn down the master a little bit. Let's check the output. It's pretty good. Turn my amp down a little bit more. Alright, so that's that Maria Maria. Alright, let's get a little bit more gain here on the amp. Not bad. Let's throw in a little tube screamer and see if that doesn't give it what it needs as far as like a little EQ boost there. Let's see. Not bad. I need to learn some Santana licks, that's for sure. But for now, maybe if I scoop the mids a little bit and raise the bass up, who knows? So it's pretty good bass tone there. I just got a tube screamer, the Muzza Boogie tread plate raw. Let's just see what happens if I put it on the modern setting. I think I'm liking that a little bit better. Let's turn the gain back down. I don't know. I'm not a Santana lick player, so That doesn't sound too bad to me though. Let's do just a little bit of delay. Let's do some tape echo and basic. And we're going to turn the mix down a little bit. Alright. Let's put this on sync. Let's put it on 3/16. Not bad. We can mess with the wow and the flutter a little bit. Let's turn the tails on. Tilt the head. Alright, let's call this Supernatural from Santana. And we're going to add in a wah pedal. Let's do a shine wah default. Let's go to our hardware assign. Let's change the range just a little bit. Turn down my amp a little bit more. Alright, let's get a little bit more bite on the top end. Alright, I'm going to take the cab and the amp out of the chain. And we're going to put the tape echo there. We're going to put the shine wall on. That's the thing about this expression pedal. I haven't figured out how to do the toe thing, because they're supposed to turn it on and off. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So I think I have to have another 1/4 inch cable. But I'll figure that out later. So. Alright, so I think that gives you a pretty good sound. Yeah, there's my Supernatural there. Alright, cool. Let me check the comments one more time. Or a few more times. Yeah. Okay, I got this Santana rig. Still not sure how to do Judas Priest, because I'm not really hip to Judas Priest. I mean, I can be, but I wish the comments would stay on more. They kind of disappear off the screen. Chicago, make me smile. I know the guitar player in the last few years, maybe the last 10 years, have used Ignitor amplifiers. So they have like a Fender Marshall-y kind of sound. You can get different tones with those. So I'm sure any Marshall rig would probably do. Let's do a 79 to 80-ish Marshall JMP rig. So let's check that out. How long have we been going? About 30 minutes? All right. So we're going to save that one. We're going to press new rig. And we're going to say amp. That's a J45. JMP JMP. I need to figure out what JMP really means. Because you got plexiglass, you got lead 800s. You even got like a J45 kind of thing. But for me, this is a silver cone. I'm going to change the cab to, I just like the greenback kind of sound. 57. And with the Marshall, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to do. Let's crank up the treble and mid, turn down the bass, and let's crank the normal and high volumes. Turn down the presence. So, I mean, that's just the sound of a cranked Marshall amp. You know, there's no science behind it. You just crank it. Just turn all the knobs up, except for the bass. Okay, we might turn let's turn the presence all the way up. I think that's too much presence. And maybe we roll the mids down. Alright, let's try a different Marshall amp. That was the J45. Let's do a plexiglass vary. So same settings as before. Alright, now you notice I just came from a J45 amp. So the preset that it used when I chose the different model was the same amp as before. So it's using all the same settings as I had the J45, but now I just simply changed the amplifier. So you can tell, you can hear how different it sounds from the J45 just by leaving all the other settings the same. Okay, let me swap the camera around here. See what I'm playing. Here's my Warhawk. Woo! Hey, babe. Turn the cab a little bit so you can see it. Oh yeah, that was great. I like that a lot. Alright, so remember that the cab is bypassed. Here's the cab in the signal. Alright, so it's just a little too colored for me. Let's check the output. Alright, we're 3 bars below 0. That's good. Alright, so we got a few different options here. Let's go ahead and put in the volume pedal. We're going to do a... we're going to do a Tracy Guns technique here. So when you first set it up, all you have to do, let me get the cable off of, alright, there we go. Turn it back here. Alright, there you go. Alright, so all you have to do is when you first put the volume pedal into the chain, is simply just change the minimum volume. So when the heel is back, you're basically cleaning up the amp, and when you put the toe forward, and that's stinking killer. It's great. Let's change the minimum volume a little bit more. Let's make it around 65. Put on the middle pickup. Sounds great. And we're going to do a, let's do a little Tracified here. Let's do some delay. We're going to do a dynamic delay. We're going to do, there's a ping pong in here somewhere, I thought. Maybe it's on the air delay. Yeah, ping pong. Default. Probably want to turn the mix down. So that's with the hill back. And I actually still want to turn the mix down a little bit more. Let's put this on, let's put the tails on, put the sync on. And so that way the sync is, let's do chord notes. Mix down even more. Actually, I'll show you what you can do with this. So notice you have a feedback low pass filter and a feedback high pass filter. So let's change the filter a little bit. Let's actually adjust the high pass filter and let's bring it all the way down to like 4 or 5K or something. Okay, what you're doing is you're making it a lot darker. We can change the feedback reso, something, whatever that is. And feedback res. Interesting. Okay, so now you can have the mix up a little bit more. And Tracy always said that he didn't really use a lot of other dirt pedals because the amp is pretty much all he needs. But let's throw in a little bit of the DC distort sounds pretty good with a cranked up amp. Let's turn the gain down. Let's turn that bass down. You can have the pedal in, you can have the pedal out. It doesn't really matter. Go back. I don't really know what else you'd want. It's pretty good. We're going to call this 79. Where's a dash? Where is a dash? 79. I'm not seeing a dash. Let's do a tilde. 80. Marshall. Actually, there's a dash over there. It's all right. I'll keep it like it is. There you go. There's your 7980 Marshall. Let's check the comments again, folks, and see what we got. Nothing else? Nothing? Nothing at all? Scorpion Juice Priest. Chicago Make Me Smile. Yeah, I gotta listen to that song. Alright guys, you gotta give me some more. Give me some more hints here. Leave a comment if you like this amp gig board setup. Let me know what you think about that. I mean, it sounds great to me because you're, instead of using a vintage 30 virtually, you're using a real one on the 2x12 cab. You can see it down here. Maybe. Maybe you can. See that? There it is down there. Hello. 2x12 cab. Alright. So I've had this cab for probably about 12 years. Maybe longer, maybe 13 years. And it's got the fabric kind of lining, so it's very durable. You can throw it in and out of cars, and there's like no Tolex or anything to rip, so it's perfect. I love it. Alright, I'm thinking of a song here. Don't make me get out my my iPad, because I'll do it. I need to see what other, oh shoot. Okay. It might turn on, it might not. I can pull this in. This might be a good setup. I like this. Because I can have my iPad right here. I can watch it live as well as you guys. I can see the questions on the screen. Yeah, I think this is going to work. And you can see me play. You can see the gig board, even though you can't really see the screen all that well. Alright, there's 5 people watching. What is your suggestions? This is viewer suggested. So, suggest me something. I've already done a Santana rig. I just did a Marshall rig. I've explained the setup of how all this works here. Let's see. Trying to get logged in. Alright, let's go to Google. And let's find a song that we hadn't done in a while. Or I hadn't played in a while, really. We can do the 90s. Let's do 90s rock songs. ZZ Top, Lagrange. All right. So 90s songs are Black Hole Sun, Under the Bridge. We already got that. That's cool. Everlong. I might need to learn that song first. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Semi-Term Life. That's a cool one. Wonderwall. Creep. Interstate Love Song. Basket Case. Nice. Okay, there's a lot of cool songs in here. We can figure out something. Inner Sandman. I do have a Metallica IR that I downloaded from somewhere. Okay, and my iPad just died. So I gotta remember to plug it in next time. ZZ Top Lagrange. Alright, so the problem with this is, I mean, the 7080 Marshall rig we just made, you can use it for a Lagrange if you wanted to. I mean, it's just a Marshall amp cranked up. So there's really no like secret behind these tones. Like, see, if it's a clean tone, get a Fender amp. If it's a dirty tone, get like a cranked up Marshall. So yeah, I don't know, it's weird. So for instance, let's turn off this air delay. We can go and oh. But for the sake of, let's do this. For the sake of being, you know, just making a new rig, let's just do it. So, let's do this with a, where's the TS mod in here? Let's do the TS mod. Lead 800 TS mod. Bypass the, I'm going to put in my, the greenback 20 watt, but I'm going to bypass it because I'm using a real cab for now. And let's go to the master volume, preamp volume, master volume. I always crank up the master volume whenever I can. Alright, that actually sounds pretty good. Let's crank the mids and the treble. Alright, we're going to do the Tracy Guns thing again. Volume pedal, default expression. We're going to put it on non-linear. Let's do the minimum volume around 65-70%. So that way the hill is back. Toe down. You can literally see I have a volume pedal and an amp. And if you're not using a real amp and cab, then you can just have your virtual cab in there. But I mean, I literally don't know what else to do. When I hear that song, I just hear a cranked up Marshall, and that's it. Literally, I have no idea what else to do. I mean, you can throw out a tube screamer if you want. Let's just do it. But, I mean, I don't really, seriously, what else would you want? Tube screamer, cranked up Marshall. Alright, this JRC, I have the level all the way up. The drive is backed off around 34%, and the tone is at 50. Let's crank up the tone. Alright, so the tone's too much. You can see I'm just using my finger to go back and forth. Let's put that back on 50%. Lagrange, La space G-R-A-N-G-E. All right, Lagrange, there you go. Peel back. Toe down. Cool. I like it. I like it. Let's see what we've done so far tonight. We've done Supernatural, which is the Santana album, 7980 Marshall, and we've done Lagrange. All right, folks, what else we got? We're just cranking them out here. We are cranking them out. Still ZZ Top Lagrange. That's the last one I saw. I'm going to be going for 57 minutes. So we got about 3 minutes left, folks. What else you want? What else do you want? Let's do a clean. Let's do a clean tone. Clean tones are fairly easy as well. So I'm usually going to go with something that's with a lot of high headroom. The Black Lux amps are high headroom. Those are good. The Princetons those are around a 15-20 watt amp, so they don't have tons of headroom. Super Reverb. Those are pretty cool. So we're going to take this, we're going to crank up the volume here. And all that. Alright, you can hear it, it's very distorted because I got the volume all the way up. So let's roll that volume back. What you're going to have to do is go to your output, and you're going to have to raise it a little bit. Bring it back a little bit. Alright, so it's nice and clean. Let's throw a gray comp in there. And we're going to turn the sustain down pretty low. So that's a good start to a country rig right there. Or just anything that you want clean. But the guy from Alabama, the guitar player from Alabama, he put in a little bit of chorus in his, and we can do that as well. We can experiment with before or after the amp. Let's turn the depth down. Turn the rate down. Alright, not bad. Let's turn the depth back up and turn the mix down. Sorry. And make sure I'm looking at this right. Mix width. Okay. So we're going to turn the mix down, turn the depth all the way up. Alright, that's not bad. Let's throw a little reverb in there. I'm not too fond of the spring reverb in here. I'm just going to go out and say it. I like a small plate, or maybe let's do a medium plate. Go ahead and turn the mix down pretty low. I just want enough wetness there to turn the tails on. That's good. That's a good start. It's actually, I want that mixed down a little bit more. And then let's throw in a DC distort. And we're just going to do a smooth crunch. Did we add a volume pedal in there? No, we didn't. Let's actually add our volume pedal after the amp this time. And we can do some faux pedal steel stuff. Default linear. So just turn the DC distort off. And we can do like that's interesting. Let's turn that off. Alright, cool. It's not too bad. Let's throw in, let's do this. Let's make it to where, because we can make scenes for this rig a little bit later. But for now, let's throw in something that's like a lot of verb. Let's throw in like a chamber. And let's crank up the time. Let's crank up the mix. And then let's move my amp down there. And let's put in some delay. And then let's put in a bucket brigade. Let's do an echo light. Alright, so your other option here is to put in an auto swell, which that's in the dynamics, and we're going to say slow. We're going to change the trigger sensitivity since we have the compressor in there. So there's a little auto swell for you. Let's throw in the DC distort. Let's turn the gain down a little bit. And let's adjust the time here. Let's not make it as wet as we have it. without the DC distort. Alright, cool. Not bad. If you wanted to, you can make it to where you could put this in scenes and do different stuff with it. But let's save that. Let's do all country. It's hard to type from the side here. All country. It's all country songs. Every single country song ever made. There you go. Oh, sorry, I had the auto swell on. I need to learn some Alan Jackson again. That's some good stuff right there. I'm going to turn the time of this verb down. If you wanted to, you can take this bucket brigade. Let's turn the sync off. Let's make it really short. Let's make it a good slap back kind of thing. And we gotta have the feedback down. Alright. Turn the mix of it down. Feedback. So just have the mix up enough to where you can hear that slap back going on. And then just turn the feedback down. You just want to repeat. Alright, that's fun. Kick it. Actually, let's adjust the DC distort a little bit here. Let's raise the treble, turn down the bass, kick in the volume. There you go. Next time you're out on your country gig, there's a country rig for you. So, all right, let's check the comments one more time. We've been going for a while now. And we still got ZZ Top Lagrange as the last one. So, all right, that's all I'm going to do tonight. I will learn some riffs. So when I actually play these rigs, that it'll sound like the song, because I'm actually playing the song and not just the same old stuff I usually do. So, all right, guys, I am Dr. McFarland. Hello. And I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.